for the first time in my life, I tried to get clean many times.
What is it? Why do people become homeless?
That's such a joy, isn't it? Use a lot of drugs and alcohol.
Damn near the same story.
Yeah. Tree remembers what the axe forgets.
Yeah.
Some of the trees become axes.
Whose car? What's the car you're driving today? Any car?
Hey, bro, that would have been.
You want to drive the Audi? Here you go, man.
Yeah. Trey remembers what the axe forgets.
Yeah, and I was just talking about this on my last podcast too. Like, it was just this one day I was at work, and then it's just like two people. They was just mad about something, and I had to tell the employees, I'm like, they're not mad at you, right? Mm-hmm. So don't take it personal. Like, these people are mad because the economy is bad, or they think that the economy is bad and they can't afford whatever they're trying to get, and so they taking it out on us. Like, we control the prices,
right?
You know?
Yeah. So when I first got into recovery, my first job clean was I was driving a moving truck, and we did this divorce move. So the couple's getting divorced. She's moving her stuff out. Yeah. Closer. Yeah. And like when we showed up, the husband was gone, right? And the agreement between the two spouses was that everything would be ready to go. Like, he was supposed to get everything ready to go. Well, ain't nothing ready to go, bro.
He was procrastinating.
You know what I mean? So we show up, and now she's mad because nothing's packed. Nothing's ready to go. It's going to take us more time. She's paying us $200 for every hour, right? So that's another $600 out of her pocket, you know? And
she was ready to go, though? Or he was moving out?
We were moving her stuff out to her apartment.
Oh, okay.
But she had left the house.
Oh, okay.
So he was supposed to get that stuff ready and hadn't. So we're packing everything and going as fast as we can and doing everything. And then old boy shows up. The ex-husband shows up.
Yeah.
If they were civil for maybe like 3 minutes, you know?
Yeah.
And then they're throwing shots, little shots. You know, and this is, mind you, this is in front of total strangers, and her mom was there trying to help. You know, so you know, now he's ganged up on, all that. So then they're outside, and I'll never forget it, bro. I was trying to take this damn race car bed apart, but out the window they're fighting.
Okay.
And her mom is like right behind me, and she's like, the wife rips this bottle of Tide out of the husband's hands, and then he rips it back, and she's like, great, now they're fighting over $2 worth of soap. God, you know what I mean? Like, and she looked at me and she said, it's not about the soap.
Of course.
You know what I mean? It's not about the soap. And I remember like that's stuck with me like throughout life. Like when you're fighting with somebody about some dumb, it's always dumb.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, the biggest fights I've ever been in were over nothing.
Of course. Yeah.
At the end of the day. But it was really about, you make stupid jokes that are annoying constant. You know what I mean? Or you know, you snore or whatever, like whatever the thing is, right?
Yeah.
You consistently push this boundary and it upsets me. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I fight with people. That's why people fight with me, is because it's those little things that in the moment, that one time you do, it's never enough for it to be the fight.
Yeah.
Right? But those little pebbles stack up, boy, and they become a boulder, and now we got a boulder between us.
Do you think it's because like people like are online and they see these certain kind of people, like a characteristics of this certain archetype of person, they think that that's how you should be, you know?
I mean, I think that's maybe part of it. I think a lot more of it boils down to comparison is a thief of joy. You know, like that's like there's no easier way to make yourself miserable than to compare your life to others.
I wish everybody knew that. Yes.
Like, I got a client, and I've had a few clients who, you know, like their social media makes me jealous,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But I know that, you know, like I know that dude.
Yeah.
And like, hey, brother, I'm not jealous.
Yeah.
Not in the least.
Yeah.
Not in the least.
Yeah.
He's a good dude.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's not a good dude. I'm just saying, like, yeah, I don't want any part of that, that life, you know?
Right.
And there, you know, and I've got a couple clients who appear to be unremarkable. You know what I mean? But then like you meet them, you talk to them, and you see like, okay, you own the building that your business is in. You get the opportunity to employ your daughter. You've got a playroom as big as any living room house that I've ever seen here in your shop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With couches and a big TV and coloring boards, and there's the little kitchenette set for the granddaughter to play in. And hey, man, that is an admirable accomplishment.
Of course.
You know what I mean? And they've got 4 or 5 employees, and they've grown as big as they want to grow, and they're happy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hey, bro, that guy has the extra time that he wants. His hobby, he keeps bees.
He's
right?
a beekeeper.
He's a beekeeper, right?
Yeah.
So he'll sell honey jars. Hey, bro, this guy's
Is this where he made his money from
so
honey?
funny, dude. Like, it's so funny to me. Like, they're doing probably somewhere around like 1.8 a year, right? So they're doing 1.8 a year, and they're a home services company, you know, and he's selling jars of honey for $10.
Well, like on the side. Well, yeah. I mean, that's what we do.
It's like, bro, that's hilarious to me.
Yeah.
You know, but that's just something that he does for himself to,
Of course.
you know, like, because that's, you know, it's just a cool hobby, and you know, he wants to keep bees, and that's what he does. You know, hey, bro, that's cool. Like that's the kind of lifestyle that's enviable. You know,
of course, yeah.
And one thing I notice about those people is they put very little of their life on social media. You know what I mean? It's not like, honestly, bro, like, it ain't about boats and jet skis and bullshit. You know, like, I mean, that's cool. You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, that's cool.
Yeah.
But it's like, man, if all you ever accomplish in your life is buying someone else's boat, you know what I mean?
Somebody else's boat is crazy, yeah.
Like word, that's what you did for the world. You took 8 of your friends out on a boat and they had a great time. Yeah. Like, I got bigger goals than that for helping people. Yeah. You know? And it's like, you know, with that money that somebody spent, you know, because some of these boats, like I know people with boats that are like $200,000 boats, right? Right. Bro, you can start a whole ass nonprofit. You can employ 3 people, and you can help 50 have a better life with $200K. Like, it's not that expensive to seriously help someone have a better life.
You don't think it's like subjective though? Because that's just like the guy that had the bees, you know, like that's what he did, you know, to, you know, for him to feel better, you know. Some people, they might want the boat, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, some people want the boat.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. I just know though, like, I know that like there's something within the human heart that drives us to not want to be alone. Like, we all want to be in community, and I feel like I see, like, the people that I see who accumulate the most resources just for themselves, I just don't envy. Yeah. You know what I mean? Right, yeah. It's not that they're bad people. I'm not saying they're bad. Yeah. Right? Because, hey, man, the world doesn't get along without people doing things right. Right. You know what I mean? And if you've you know, gotten yourself to a point of success where you can buy a $200,000 boat, like, you're doing something right. Of course. You know, like, I don't believe this mentality that people only get rich by screwing people over. I don't believe that. I mean,
I don't believe it either.
Yeah, at all. Yeah. You know, I think if you consistently make the right efforts, you're gonna consistently see the right fruit. That's right. Yeah. You know. Yeah. It's just for me personally, like I'd rather find a way to help other people with it, you know. But that's my own stuff, you know. That's because people helped me.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I am where I am in life because, the Salvation Army gave me a chance when I was homeless. They put me on a program.
Let's talk about that. Because we kind of started off with that. And in case y'all wondering, this is my guest right here.
Yeah.
Jeremy, he's a great person. He's involved in marketing, and we're going to get into all of this in a little bit, but we're going to start off because it's important for my audience, because there's somebody watching this right now that is probably going through something. They don't know which directions to go. I've had a friend that, you know, I try to encourage him. I try to tell him to write books to read, you know, but I don't think he is grasping it. And I got another person that I tried to mentor. He's right now, he's fighting drug addiction. So to my audience right now, just tell me like how you ended up in that situation.
Yeah.
And how you got through it.
Yeah. So my name is Jeremy Nichols. I'm a marketing consultant with Fame Marketing. I'm also the co-founder of the David Restoration Program, which is a nonprofit. We are a residential life skills program for nonviolent offenders. It's an alternative to incarceration. So guys who are facing about a year or two for a nonviolent crime will come to us and get the life skills that they need to not go and recommit crimes.
Recidivism.
Yeah, that's what we're working on, man. Is if we can teach people the skills that they need, we believe that they, in absence of those skills, is where crime is created.
I like that.
Right?
I like that.
Yeah. So, and the reason I'm the co-founder of it is because I've been through it myself. I was a teenager who experimented with drugs and alcohol. And then I became a high school dropout who used a lot of drugs and alcohol. Mm-hmm. And then I became a drug dealer, you know, who used a lot of drugs and alcohol.
Damn, they're the same story.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there and I'm like, damn, this is me.
Well, it's the common track.
Wow,
you know what I mean? Yeah. Because you can't be a drug addict without finding a good deal on drugs.
That's right. Yeah.
Like no one has the amount of money that it takes to be a drug addict.
Yeah, right.
So then you get a better deal, and now you got the deal, so you can give it to people who don't, and take your excess off of that, right?
Right.
And the next thing you know, you're getting pounds of weed shipped to you in a microwave, and you're growing mushrooms in the closet. You're buying acid vials from college kids, and you're doing little party dots. And
you're buying the rich people drugs and stuff like that, going to strip clubs. And,
You know, I was never a strip club type of dude, though.
Really?
I honestly, bro, the idea of paying a woman to...
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's always sat wrong with me.
Yeah.
Like I'm not saying I've never been,
right?
But I am saying that, like, it's never been my idea to go. You know?
Gotcha. Yeah. People have business meetings at strip clubs.
Hey, I get it. I was doing business at a strip club at a time or two, you know? But it's just never been. That's just like I'm not.
I feel you.
Yeah. But I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
I of course I do. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah. So for most of my addiction, I was just selling and smoking a lot of marijuana.
Mm-hmm.
And then when Colorado went fully rec in 2017.
Yeah, I remember that.
The market really fell out. Like, you couldn't make any money on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, nobody talked about the real economic victims.
Right. What about the hustlers, man?
Yeah. What about us?
Yeah.
You know, now we got, all these amateurs to compete with who don't know what they're doing, and, no customer loyalty or anything, So next thing you know, it's just like, man, there was just no money in it. Like, I was lucky to get out at above break even. And I've been doing business with these guys for years at this point, So when that happened, it was, and now I know that it's because for those, it was the same thing for those guys, right? Hey, their market had fallen out, and the only way they were making any money was on the black market, pushing it across state lines. That was their only way. So of course they're charging me a premium when, you know, if we'd have gone to Colorado to get it or whatever, we probably would have got like 3-1 odds on what we were buying. So I do understand like the economics of it, but it was just, at that point, it was just a non-starter anymore.
Yeah, it wasn't worth it.
Yeah. And so I had some connections who dealt in meth, and the numbers on it were solid.
Oh yeah.
You know,
they call that Ferrari money.
Yeah,
right there.
yeah. Hey, I mean the numbers were great, and I'd known those dudes for a long time. They seemed to be okay. I started dabbling in that, and very quickly, man, I became an avid yet meth user. You know,
God,
and within 8 months, I was homeless, and you know, I was on the streets, couch to couch. For a while, I was couch to couch, and then, you know, after a while, there were no more couches, and you're just in horrible places with horrible people doing horrible things every day.
Yeah.
You know, like life becomes this revolving door of just felonies. Like I remember thinking one time, like I was in a stolen car, but we had keys so that it would be a joyriding ticket. You know what I mean? Like I was always, like even as a criminal, I was smart enough to know, like, hey, there's certain things that just aren't worth the risk.
That's right. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you got a stolen car with keys in it, all it is a joyriding ticket, because you can at least reasonably say like, oh no, I borrowed it from so and so.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's gonna hold up.
Yeah. They said I can borrow this.
Yeah. Hey, they can't prove that I didn't borrow it from some random person.
Yeah.
Right. So they can't prove that I had knowledge of the theft, which is the deal. If you're driving a car that you started with a screwdriver, it's hard to not know. You know?
Yeah. Can you even drive on meth? Like, drive a car on meth?
Drive really well, honestly. You're on point. You know what I mean?
I got a ride from a meth addict before. Yeah. That's true. Yeah. He got me to where I was going.
Hey, you're on point, brother. Honestly, I know that I'm laser focused when I'm on.
This was before we had Uber, man. We used to catch a ride with the meth addicts.
Yeah. Hey, I imagine there's several Uber drivers that are rolling a little dope, you know.
Yeah,
but you know, so I was homeless and surrounded by people who are, you know, just the worst of Tulsa, and just every day, like I was over on like Admiral and Memorial and Admiral and Sheridan, and you know, there's you know, sex workers over there. There's, you know, all kinds of stuff, you know.
Yeah.
And man, it was wild. It was just a wild time.
Yeah, if y'all don't know, like what Admiral and Memorial is, it's like basically Skid Row in Los Angeles. Like, it's the worst of the worst places you can be. Just like he mentioned, there's a lot of addicts over there, just sex workers, and just like crummy looking people, man.
Yeah, and you know, hey, I was one of them, right? Like, so it's not like I'm not saying I'm any better or was any better.
It can happen to anybody.
We were all in the same situation. You know? And you know, and it's, you know, every one of those people had something happen to their life, happen in their life, some trauma or some, you know, something that they just refuse to get over.
Yeah.
You know. And unfortunately, you know, you're put in that situation, and then more traumas and more hardships are going to accumulate, and it does become a never-ending cycle of just like, man, how's this person ever going to thrive?
Yeah.
You know, because they're going through stuff that's, you know, the worst day of someone's life daily.
So I will. I'm gonna ask you this because this is something I've been thinking about, and I never talked to like a person that's homeless, but I see people get in situations. There's a guy that I knew, like he became homeless. So is it a thing? Are people just giving up on their responsibilities? Are they tired of let's say making a house payment, or the kids drove them crazy, the wife drove them crazy, or I hear him use this excuse all the time. I can't get a job because I don't have my information and stuff like that. Like, what is it? Why do people become homeless?
You know, it starts with the one missed rent payment, right? And then with the one missed rent payment comes the fee, right? Or the court fee, or, whatever, right? So now they're further behind, right? And then you've got all this stuff, like a house full of stuff that you've accumulated throughout your life, right? So what a lot of people do is they go and put that stuff into a storage unit while they figure stuff out, right?
Yeah.
So that's an additional, like, what, $200 a month?
Yeah.
Let's just say $200 a month. I'm sure there's some that are cheaper, but let's just say it's a medium-sized house, 2-bedroom. That's going to be about a $200 a month storage unit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So they're going to go put that money in the storage unit, right? And then they're going to start with a hotel, right?
Yeah.
And they've got all their stuff in their cars. They got this car full of stuff, right? Well, it's not long, and I'm assuming there's some drug use going on, right? Like I'm assuming that there's something like that going on that's driving them to the streets. But it could be that they just lost their job or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So now you're in this situation where you got daily rent that you got to pay, which is like $50. We'll say 50. Some are, I'm sure, higher. Some are lower, right?
Yeah.
But we'll say 50, and now I've got to pay $350 a week, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm paying $1,400 a month for 1 bedroom. That's a lot for a 1 bedroom.
Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's only, and that doesn't even come with a kitchen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, now I'm in this situation where I got to go out and I got to hustle daily. I got to get 50, plus I got to hustle up, say another 50 or 60 for food, right? This is assuming I'm just a single dude, or maybe I've got a wife or something like that. You add kids into the mix, and now we're talking about all that,
Yeah.
So it becomes this mountain to get out of. You know what I mean? Like, it becomes this thing where it's like, oh my God, how am I going to do this, right? Yeah. When really what it started out with is like, maybe they had some of the rent and just couldn't pay it. Like, they were just $300 behind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But now you're in a situation where you're living in a hotel, you got this car full of stuff. That stuff will be stolen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, bro, that's someone that's fresh to being homeless is about to be hit with every scam and hustle that they had never even dreamed of,
And you got a car, you homeless, and you got a car,
yeah. And you got a car, so you're probably going to end up driving around a drug dealer, right?
Yeah.
Whatever, So, I've seen that situation play out from someone's first use to driving the drug dealer around to homeless to has nothing within 6 months,
Yeah. So it sounds like a snowball effect of bad decisions.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And then like you said, you get behind on some of these payments and stuff like that. And then you throw drugs into the mix. Right. Now you're addicted. And now your money that you had for your shelter is now being depleted because, the money is going to drugs.
Right. Because you're stressed out and you need to use.
Yeah.
Right? Like, And you add into that here in Oklahoma, you add into that they're gambling on top of it.
Ooh, yeah.
Brother.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, man, it becomes this thing where it's like, how am I ever going to get out of this?
Yeah.
Because even, bro, I remember one time I went to the casino and I had like $30 and I got it up to like 1,700.
Ooh, okay.
Right. And I'm homeless at this point, right? Like, hey, bro, 1,700 is enough to like get a place for a month, not a down payment on a car, but you can buy a bus pass, you can buy some food, right? Like all that stuff. Hey, man, I was high AF. You know what I did? I played it all back down to zero.
Yeah.
Played it all back down to zero, bro. That's what happens. So, and then, of course, how do you think I feel? Terrible.
Yeah.
Worthless. All the things. So now I'm going to go use drugs.
Yeah.
Like, so, I mean, that's where it all stems from. It's all going to stem from. Because if you're using drugs, like who's going to employ you, especially who's going to employ you where you don't have a home address, like you've got all these things working against you.
Yeah.
Which is fair. You know what I mean? Like now I look at it from the, as a marketing consultant, if I'm consulting one of my clients on who to hire, it's not the homeless guy living in a hotel doing dope. He's probably got other things he needs to work on before he comes and works for you. So, and working my way back up from the streets into, I never could have done it without, there was a program called Project Able at the Salvation Army, man. I'll never forget it. It saved my life. You know?
The one downtown.
Yep, the one downtown. Yeah. So I was staying there as a guest, and the guest dorm is rough, man. Hey, and God bless them. They're doing the best they can. It's
a lot of people out there.
It's a lot of people. It's a lot, and there's a lot going on. There's a lot of dynamics going on. I was staying there as a guest, and then there was like a caseworker who told me that if I got a job, I could get on Project Able. And at that point, like I had I'd gone, like I had made the decision to stop using drugs.
That's good.
Right.
On your own.
On my own. Yeah. So, I was, I was sitting at the Quick Trip parking lot on Admiral and Yale, and I was waiting on this girl. She was a practitioner of the world's oldest profession, to put it politely.
Gotcha.
And she had stolen some credit cards, and we were going to do all the things that people on dope do when they got a stolen credit card. We were the plan was everything, right?
Yeah.
And I'm sitting in this. It was a stolen Honda Civic, 2-door, stolen 2-door Honda Civic, man.
Yeah.
And I couldn't even run the car. It was middle of January. I had just been arrested a few weeks prior to this for a simple possession charge. And I heard what I now know is the voice of God tell me, no matter how good this goes, you will wake up with nothing. And I had that experience. And it was not a good experience, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever played Grand Theft Auto?
I played it a couple times.
Okay, so you know how when
it first came out,
when you die on Grand Theft Auto and you walk out of the hospital with nothing, it's feeling, except it's real life, brother. Like that's where you're at. Mm-hmm. For the first time in my life, I'd tried to get clean many times, man, but this time I gave away the drugs I had and I got out of the car.
Yeah.
And I went to a storage unit that a buddy of mine gave me the code for, and I slept there for 2 or 3 days. I think it was 3 days. Mm-hmm. And it was the middle of January, brother. It was so cold. It was so cold. That first night, I had like a space heater, but I didn't have an extension cord. And the only outlet was like in the ceiling, right? So I had to plug this thing in and then like hold it for as long as I could.
Yeah.
Like hold it up.
What?
And then like my arms would give out, so I'd unplug it and I'd just kind of like huddle up in this blanket and I'd do it. It was awful.
Yeah.
It was awful. And then I got somebody to bring me an extension cord. My brother came and picked me up. He took me to a Mexican restaurant. He bought me 2 chimichangas.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, 2 chimichangas, white queso. One of those chimichangas was back at the storage unit. Like, I wasn't coming back to his house, you know. And I'm grateful for those chimichangas, and you know, that was the beginning, you know.
Yeah.
And then a few weeks had gone by. I was down at Salvation Army, and I used one more time, and then I was like, man, that was awful.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. And yeah. So then my brother let me use his address to get a job. I kept some clothes at my brother's house, so I had some clean clothes, so I had some like decent clothes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But without that, like if it had just been me on my own and that, I never would have got out.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? Right. So for those people out there who really don't have any, you know, they don't have anyone to lean on at all, it's tough.
Yeah.
You know, for them, it's real tough. And that's when you find yourself at those points of desperation where, I mean, does it matter if you hurt somebody to eat? You know, like I get it. I really do. It's sad. It's sad. But so, you know, got the job at the moving company, worked my way through that, started attending 12-step meetings, started working steps. I saved up and bought a car, which was a big deal.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And a friend of mine, Rafael Ramos, I had sold cars with Rafael, and he sold me it was basically just his beater car. It was $1,000. It was a Volkswagen Passat, but he sold that thing to me for $1,000. And I had owed him some money, so I went and saw him when I had saved up enough to pay him back. And he was like, "Man, I never thought I was going to see it." It was like $500 or something like that. And I was like, "Yeah, man, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
you know, I'm sorry that things went that way. I was not in a good place, and I never, you know, intended to screw you over on that deal." He was like, "Man, I appreciate it." You know?
Yeah.
And you know, Rafi did not need the $500 as much as I did, but it was just like I needed to clear that. You know? And he told me, you know, "Hey, I've got this car. I'll sell it to you for $1,000." And I was like, "Man, that was huge."
Yeah.
You know, like that was huge, right? Like that. He and you know, notice that like he didn't give it to me as a handout or nothing. Man.
Right.
Like I earned that. You know.
Of course, yeah.
So yeah, then I had some wheels, and my first thought was I need some sunglasses, right? So I went to Easy Pawn. I bought some Ray-Ban Aviators for like $30.
The good kind, yeah.
Yeah, the good kind.
Not just any sunglasses.
Yeah.
You know, not from Walmart.
Yeah,
Quick
no, buddy. Hey, still Ray-Bans till I die, boy.
Okay, yeah.
But my second thought was I saw somebody in that Easy Pawn, and I was like, I bet you he knows where to get some, you know, because he definitely did.
Yeah.
And for the first time in my life, I thought, you know, what if I started going to those meetings? Like, what if I tried one of those meetings that people talk about? And I did, and the people there told me about the affliction that I suffer from, and they helped me. You know, and you know, 8 years. You know, I'll have 8 years on August 27th, and from that,
it's next month.
Yeah. From that one accomplishment, man, everything else has just flowed. You know, and God has blessed me with opportunity after opportunity after opportunity to better myself. Yeah, that's been the most, getting clean and staying clean is tough, but it is, it's because of that I'm able to do all of the things I'm able to do today.
Yeah.
And, so then I worked, I got an opportunity to go sell business to business. I'd been in sales for a long time. Okay, and I thought my sales career was over when I went to 12-step meetings, because it's like, hey, you've got to be honest now. You've got to use these spiritual principles in all your daily affairs. And I was like, well, sales is out,
Yeah.
And I got, but I got an opportunity to sell business to business. And when you're selling contracts, like, you have to be honest.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, hey, bro, you'll get sued. This will end your career if you go in and hit him with that old razzle dazzle like you used to when you were selling cars. So, so I had the opportunity to do that, and I learned the aspects of contract sales and business to business sales, and then left there and took a job in the marketing field for a corporation, and that worked until it didn't. I enjoy marketing. I enjoy getting to consult people on, how are we going to create the emotion within your consumer for them to make a buying decision.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah.
But, my boss, Big Ron, always says, like, human behavior is undefeated. So people make decisions based on emotion. And then from that, they're going to rationalize that decision. But they make it in the emotion.
Right.
Right, yeah. And then they just build up why they made it later on. But they're lying to themselves. The reason that you bought the dress is because you liked the feeling that it gave you.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. And that's for everything, when people make the decision to cheat, or when people make the decision to leave someone or use someone, like there's a rationalization behind that, but it's based on the decision that, they want to be selfish,
Yeah, it is a selfish decision.
Yeah. And, and hey, man, like I said, the tree remembers what the axe forgets, right?
Right.
So we've and some of those trees turn into axes. Yeah. And when we're out and we're living our lives, like, hey man, I don't believe that, like, those true, like, villainesque characters that you've bumped into, I don't think that they got it just walking down the street and nothing happened and they were just that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like people have harmed them, people have hurt them. Probably the people closest to them have hurt them.
Yeah.
So then when they get close to people, they harm people, and it's sad.
It is, yeah.
But I'll tell you, man, like, so I dated a woman who convinced me that we were getting married. Then she told me that she had never loved me, and she lied to me because she hoped she would grow to feel that way. Right?
What?
Yeah.
Who says that to
somebody? What a
right?
monster, right?
Yeah.
But hey, man, that pain, right? I was devastated, brother. 4 days after I picked out the engagement ring, that's when she told me that, And hey, within a month, some other dude's truck was outside of her house.
What?
Yeah, I mean that's who she is, right?
Yeah.
But that's only because, like, stuff happened in her life. She's got a lot of stuff going on in her life. She's got a lot more important issues going on in her life than me.
Yeah.
So I feel sad for her that she's able to do that to people, because it's just sad. I hope she grows from it. I hope she grows and realizes that that's not a way to go through life.
I mean, the sad part about it is, man, some of these people want to be in situations like that. For you to do and say stuff to people like that, it has to be some kind of control thing, you know?
I think so. I mean, here's what I know, man. I know that I'm a good man.
Yeah.
Right? I open car doors. I open doors. Learn what their favorite food is. I'll learn a recipe for it. Hers was meatloaf, so I made a damn good meatloaf.
Dang,
right?
now she gonna know who he talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And hey, that's fine.
Yeah.
She knows that she's the worst thing that ever happened to me.
Okay,
I promise you that. She doesn't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's well aware.
Yeah.
She told me I was just a rebound and I should get over it. And that's, hey, that's fine, bro.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
Because I've gotten over it.
Of course, yeah. I can tell, yeah.
But like from that pain, I was left in a situation where I had to like look at myself and really identify a few things. Take a long look in the mirror and say, like, how did this happen?
Yeah.
Well, this would never have happened to the man that Christ called me to be.
Right. Yeah.
It just wouldn't have.
Yeah.
So that's what I started working on, man. I started working on the David Restoration Program. It was the only thing during that time that would take my mind off of the pain that I was in, right? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, honestly, as much as I, hate to admit it, like, hey, that woman helped my nonprofit get going because I never would have dedicated as much time as I did to it.
Yeah.
So the fact that, like, here we are 6 months later and we've filed the application with the IRS, we've got pledges in the, high tens of thousands, pledged to us as soon as we're a 501c3.
Yeah.
We've got board members, we've got, agendas and all this stuff. Like, we've got like real plans for this thing to happen.
Yeah.
Is in part due to that, because it's all part of God's plan.
That's right.
And like I said, man, I hope nothing but the best for her. Like, she's got things in her life that are legitimately painful, and I can look at it and say, like, man, I wouldn't wish that on anybody.
Yeah.
Honestly, I wouldn't. So, I hope she just grows in a way that doesn't allow her to treat people like that. But enough about that, man. Like, the reality is like, it also put me in a place where, like, I met a new woman, and she's so. Our first date, we went to the 4:30 service at my church. We went to Cheddar's, and then we went and fed ducks.
Wow. Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, what more could you ask for?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And she's such a sweetheart.
Yeah, I can tell, yeah.
Yeah, and she's been so accepting of me, like, still healing from the last, and just been such a just a breath of the fresh air. She feels safe.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah. Like she legitimately feels safe, and she makes me feel safe being my goofy self.
Yeah.
You
can be who you truly are around her. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm not for everybody, dude.
Of course, yeah.
I get it.
I feel you.
Hey, bro, some of my jokes, and especially, like, sometimes, like, I'll get stuck telling the same jokes and stuff, and I could see it being annoying, Hey, if you don't like it, move on.
That's
right.
Yeah.
But like I said, man, I think everything happens for some kind of a reason, but I don't necessarily. I think you can find the reason afterwards.
Right.
You know what I mean? But sometimes you just got to put your head down and get through it. There's a lot of people going through that season right now where it's like, man, this is awful.
Yeah.
Like my mom just died or whatever, like those terrible things that they go through, that are within everyone's human experience, And even if you're going through that season where maybe you just hurt somebody and, now you've got this remorse to deal with, and it's like, how am I going to make this right? How am I going to grow, right?
Yeah.
Like there's always hope. You know what I mean? Like that's the reality is the hope for her is the hope for her is that like she learns from that and she goes into the next relationship and she's able to be honest with whoever it is.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But I can understand, you know, coming into contact with somebody who checks all the boxes, but they're just not the one.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And you want them to be the one because it makes so much logical sense for them to be the one. You know?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I feel you, man.
But there's just not that whatever that is, you know?
Yeah.
So that I can say like, man, that would be tough.
Yeah.
That would be tough.
Yeah.
You know, especially, you know, like I said, man, I believe that everyone wants community. They want that person. They want their person. They want to be around people. Yeah. So, I mean, it makes sense, you know?
Yeah, I think that's what life is about, you know, like us being around, like having a community, you know, because it feels so empty without a community of people, you know, and then some people, like they have attachment issues where they feel like they have to be with somebody, but there's some seasons or some times that you just have to sit with yourself. If you cannot sit with yourself, if you don't like who you are, and it's just not gonna be right. And that's the reason why I started this podcast too, is because I was at a point I didn't really like the person that I was. You know, I was eating crap. You know, I was, you know, I can just feel myself not being who I truly wanted to become. You know, so if you can, I seen you and your transformation. But we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. We didn't get into the marketing. We probably gonna have to do a part 2.
Yeah, we definitely should because
yeah,
I mean, dude, I love marketing.
Yeah.
It's such a joy to be able to help my clients live their best version of their dream. You know, because hey man, if you're a plumber and you know about plumbing and all that, but you don't know about how am I going to get people to know that I'm the best plumber?
Yeah,
brother. That's
oh, we gotta get into it.
That's such a joy, isn't it? To like really help people live their dream.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because ultimately, you know, nothing gets done without sales and marketing. Nothing in life, you know.
Man, I had a good question for you too about that.
Yeah.
Well, our time has run out.
Yeah,
Jeremy.
We'll do a part 2. That's the teaser for the
That's
the
right.
marketing prospects.
We got into the first half, like who he is, you know, and then the second half we're gonna get into all the marketing stuff, and we was gonna discuss something else. We got to also discuss the suits and everything too, you know, because not everybody, you know, a lot of people walking around here looking average, man, and we over here looking like superheroes, you know, somebody that, you know, people can look up to. But, we got to get into all of that next time, man.
Yeah.
Jeremy, I appreciate you for coming
I appreciate
on,
you, brother. Thanks for having me.
Sir. All right. Yeah. I'm Jeremy Cornelius. I'll see you guys in the next one.
And I'm Jeremy J. Nichols. Look me up and add me if you like.
That's right.